Even though my body does not look that different from last week, there is a 1-inch difference around here on my upper waist. Of course, it could be related to the fact that I was sick, so I was eating slightly less, but it's just something to keep in mind that we have to see the consistency over the weeks. It helps me stay motivated to see even the smallest changes in my measurements, in my photos, or on the scale. So we'll see. Monday measurements are usually to check progress from the week before. We'll have to see if it's consistent with next week's measurements, but just wanted to point out that sometimes what you see is not necessarily what you get in terms of your measurements. So it is time for measurements again. I do feel like these weeks are flying by. I am feeling a lot better this week, so my workouts are just gonna go back to normal. Let's see what the scale says. I am noticing a bigger change this week in my weight, and I am taking this quick clip of me hydrating with a huge glass of water and then taking my weight immediately after, just to show how quickly those numbers can fluctuate on the scale. I track my progress each week with measurements, but really the most important thing that we can measure is how consistent we are. As I mentioned earlier, there is a 1-inch difference in my upper waist measurement this week. I haven't gone much into detail about my diet and nutrition because the only changes I've made so far are cutting down on processed foods, eating a lighter meal at dinner. I do plan to talk more about that in July. I also noticed a tiny change in my arm measurement of approximately 1/4 of an inch, and I completely forgot to take my hip and glute measurement, so I did it later on in the day and included it at the end here. Overall, I would say I am pretty happy about this week's measurements, and more than anything, I would just like to improve my consistency, as this week I was only able to get 2 workouts in as opposed to my standard of 3. So for next week, I definitely want to improve and get back to my 3 days a week more consistently. So I just finished up on the treadmill, 15 minutes, more intense than last week, but still just slowly getting there. It's still an improvement. I am now running at a steady pace for the most part, and for 15 minutes as opposed to 10. I am also finding it pretty challenging to record and edit these videos while working out simultaneously, and I plan to share more about that process next week. I've been working a lot on my shoulder mobility, and it's because I eventually want to add weight to my squats. As you can see where I am right now, that's going to take several weeks before I can hold the bar on my back without any pain. If you're currently working on losing weight and improving your health, it does take time and patience, but I've found that during this current process, even the smallest changes have been making a difference.